Let's start. Today we have a question on the Leetcode and that we are going to solve by expert Honda, right? Let's understand. Today questions we have 944, that is a delete column to make sorted, right? So we have question. Let's read the question, right? Question is saying we have given what? We have given a array of n string. We have given array of n string strs, right? And all are same length. So the string can be arranged such that there is a one line each line and make a grid. For example, we have str, that is abc, bce and cae, right? And we can arrange them in this fashion, right? So you can write this also: a b c b c e c a e, right? And then this is your grid. So this is saying like that. Now it is saying that we have this one, right? So this is column 0, column 1 and column 2, right? After, read the next line. You want to delete the column that are not sorted lexicography. Okay, that is not, we have to delete that column that is not lexicography, means that is not sorted based on the alphabetical order. If we'll see, if we'll say the simple word, right? In other words, sorry, in the above example, in this example, right, what we have to see: zero index, that is ABC, right? Zero index is ABC and it is sorted. Similarly, column 2 CEE, correct, are sorted, column 2, but column 1 is not sorted, BCA. Column 1 is not sorted, this one, this column, right? And so that this column should be deleted. So you need to delete column 1 that I have did. Now we have to return the number of column that you delete. How many column I have deleted? Only one column I have deleted, right? So the output is 1. Similarly, if we'll see this example 1, in example 1 we have given CBA, DAF and then GHI. If we'll represent this one in the grid, how we'll write that? CBA, right? CBA, then we will write DAF, and next we will write GHI, correct. Now if we'll see the now we have to write the column, right? This is our grid. This is column 0, column 1, column 2, right? Let me draw this line. Now if we'll see the column 0 CDG, and it is okay, looks okay, right? Now if we'll see BAH, it is not sorted. Now AFI, this is sorted. So only one, this column is not sorted, right? Column 1 is not sorted, okay? And so we can say that we have to delete only on this one, and that's why the output is seeing 1 answer, right? So how we will implement this one, right? You have seen the sorted, right? Sorted and unsorted. Which one is unsorted, right? Now if we'll talk about the algorithm, right? So what we have to do, if we'll see here, right? If we'll see first, let's before the talking the algorithm, we have to understand the sorted or unsorted, right? So what is the intuition of this matrix uh, traversing, right? We have n string and each of this, if each have the same length, and let's say it, we say k in the list strs. So if we make a grid or matrix using these string with one on each line, we want to find the number of column in the matrix that are not lexicographic order. Simply, we will make first what? Matrix, and then we will find how many columns are not lexicographic order, right? Means that is sorted or not. To be in the lexicographic order, each character in the column should be equal or greater than corresponding character in the previous row. Therefore, we will iterate over the column, and for each column we will iterate over the rows starting from index 1, not 0. So we will compare the character to the character in the previous row, right? So when we will then increment the count or unsorted column every time we observe a character is smaller than the previous character, right? Previous row character, right? And so we have to figure out how to demonstrate 3 cases, and each with the 4 cases, 4 rows you can say, and a single column, each with the 4 rows and a single column, as we have here: A, E, F, G, right? C, D, D, E, and like that C, G, E, F, Z. That is unsorted, right? So the first columns are sorted, right? First column is sorted, right? Because we have what? A, E, we have A, then we have E, and then F, and then G. It is sorted, correct? Similarly, we'll see this one. This is also sorted, correct? C, D, D, E. However, the last one, if we'll talk about the last one, is not sorted, right? Why? The last one is not as the smaller character E. Smaller character E, right? And that comes after what? G. And that's why this is not a smaller coming. No smaller, you can say. No smaller character, right? Comes after G, correct? And that's why it is unsorted. And that's why we are saying that in the algorithm, we have to iterate what? We have to iterate the column from 0 to k minus 1 for each column, right? For each column, we have to iterate 0 to k minus. We have to iterate over the columns from 0 to k minus 1 for each column, right? For each column, what we have to do? We have to iterate over the rows, right? For each column, iterate over columns, we have to iterate from 0 to k minus 1. And for each column, what we have to do? We have to iterate the rows. Row from what? 1 to n minus 1. If the character at the index call in the string, a string of row is smaller than the character at the column in the string, right? That is called str what? Row minus 1. Then what we have to do? We have to increment the counter variable, that is called answer. And then we can break the inner loop and we find the current column unsorted. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll check the next row, and then we will finally return answer. Got it? First of all, we have to iterate the column from 0 to k minus 1, and for each column, what we have to do? We have to iterate over the rows. What rows? To 1 to n minus 1. And what we have to do? We have to do 2 things. First, if the character at the index column in the string is smaller than the character at the index call, right? Of what? Row minus 1, previous row. Then what we have to do? We have to increment the counter variable answer. And also we will break the inner loop. Here we will find the current is unsorted, right? If we will find the current is unsorted, then we will break the inner loop. And then what we will do? We will check the next row, and then we will finally return the answer. So let's see the program in the coding sections, right? Let's go to the code editor. Here at the coding section, right? And let's understand the how we will implement our algorithm, right? So first of all, we have given string, right? This string is given to us, right? So what we can do? We will find the length, right? And we are talking about the find length is nothing but what? K, right? So we will say str dot length, right? Length, and this length is a function, right? So it will calculate our length. So we'll take the length of each rows, right? We will each rows that is given in the in the string array, right? So that is nothing but what? If we'll talk about the 0 first index, first row, then we will have the length of the first row, right? And it's all the row, you can say. And why we are taking? Because we have to move 1 to k minus 1. How will go that? We have to take some variables to store the count of the column to be deleted, right? So that variable is nothing but what? Answer. I will take answer as a what? 0. Okay, this is the variable to store what? Answer. Okay, next what we will do, we'll take we have to iterate over each index in the string, right? So how we will iterate all the columns? We'll start int. If we'll say column, right, we'll say call equal to what? We'll call equal to, we'll start from 0, and then we will move to what? The last column, right? Last column is what? How number? K, right? And then what we have? Column plus plus. So 3 columns we have, right? If as per the first example. Okay, similarly for all the columns we have to move to all the rows, right? So we have to iterate the over the string. Now we are here, we are iterating over what? We are iterating over the index of each index of the string, you can say, right? Each we are moving to the column, right? And now inside that we will move to column, and that's why what we will say, int row, will say that. And the row is what? We will start from row first, row second, like that. So row should be what? Row should be less than what we have given, str, right? Str is given dot length, this one, and this is array, so we do not need to do like that. And then we will call row plus plus, correct? Now row and from all the column will move to all the rows. For each column we have to move to all the rows, got it? So that at when column is 0, then all the row will start from row 1 to the row last, right? That we have to do diagonally. We have to, sorry, not diagonally, we have to go from top to down for one column, and that is done now, right? Now what we have to do, we have to find the character should be in the increasing order, right? And if not, then we will, what we will do, we will increment the counter, right? And for that what we have to do, we have to take if condition, and we'll say that strs at row, strs at row dot char at, right? Char at, this is a function that we will pass, right? And for all column, right, will for all column will pass. If here, if the strs, right, strs, give me a moment, if strs will go is less than row minus 1, okay, what we are doing, we are checking row character and row character at row minus 1, previous row and current row, and then we will pass what? Char at what? Column only, right? Column will remain same. Okay, so we are checking from this previous row value and this row, if current row is less than the previous row, right? Then what we have to do, we have to say this is not sorted, and then we will break. So we have increment the answer, and then we will say that we have to break here. We do not need to do anything, right, for this row, for this column. And so we will come out from here, right? And then this is our method, right? So here we have to return our answer. It's very simple, right? So let's run the program. So it is saying that cannot find the symbol call. K, int K is here, right? I think I have given capital. I think so, I have taken in capital. Yeah, so let's submit. Yeah, thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. And if we'll talk about the complexity, right? So what we have gone through, we have seen we have n number of string, right? If we'll say that n is the number of string in the given string, a string list, right? Then what we will to do, we have to go for all the k, right? K is what? For each, we are talking about what? See here, we are going there for each row, right? This is row and this is column and this is row, right? For each row, for each column, we are going to number of rows, right? That's why if we'll talk about complexity, time complexity, right? So what should be the time complexity? If we'll talk about n is what? Number of string in the given list, right? What is the list? strs, right? So if n is number of strings in the given string array and the k is the length of each string, right? So we have to move n into k, correct? Because for each row we have to move to all the k characters, right? That is the length. And if we'll talk about the space, we are not using any extra space, right? So space complexity will remain what? O of 1. We are not taking any extra space. So that's all we have today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe to grow this channel. Thank you so much.